Technorama episode 444. Wait, what?
Good morning, folks. This is your captain speaking.
Technorama.
Remember when?
Technorama.
On this day in tech history.
Tech.
And now, the news.
Tech.
What the Chuck?
Technorama.
Welcome to Blockhead Video.
I just rolled a 20-sided die and it fell off the table. Did you see where it went?
Over there, in the media corner.
It was a 1.
Technorama.
Hold my beer and watch this.
Unfasten your seatbelts and disregard all safety rules. Here are your flight crew, Chuck and Kreg.
Welcome to Technorama. This is the show that takes a lighthearted look at tech, science, sci-fi, and all things geek. If this is your first time listening to Technorama, thank you for joining us. If you're a returning listener, welcome back. We appreciate you giving us your time. I am Chuck Tomasi, and with me as always is Craig Stepp. How are you, Craig?
I'm actually sober, unlike you guys.
We're mostly
Access
sober.
denied.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go
right.
around the AA table.
Hey, I'm Craig, and
Yeah, we'll introduce ourselves and tell what step of the program we're on.
Me? I'm Keith Lane.
Hi, Keith.
Hi, Keith. I'm Michael R. Mennenga. I'm on step 1.
Again.
Again. I keep
the
going
drinking
back.
part. He's on the drinking part.
Yeah.
I'm Ben Rangunton, and I'm in denial.
Hey, just a river in Egypt.
Saw that coming.
I'm Tiffany Matlock, and I took 2 steps back coming tonight.
What, step -2?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Jack Mangan, and I'm a podcaster.
Hi, Jack.
I'm calling.
Is
I'm
it the
calling,
show for recovering podcasters then?
I'm calling for a saving throw. Can I have a saving throw, please?
Yes,
Okay,
I'm rolling for crit tonight. We have a whole lot of things coming up on this week's show, including killer robots, more remote device hacking, and no need for morning alarms ever again. We'll talk about this coming up right after this.
The FAA has now changed the rules once again. A limit of 2 batteries for electronic devices on carry-on items. But the one in the bag has to be in the little magic plastic baggie. The same kind of plastic baggie you gotta put your shampoo and toothpaste. Does this sound alright to you? Excuse me, but isn't the battery more dangerous when it's installed in the device than when it's out? Where do they come up with this stuff? What good is the little baggie going to do anyway? To me, like, the polymer on the baggie is more likely to catch fire and burn in a chemical fire. Am I making any sense here? Well, yeah, I've never seen a picture of one of those batteries on fire outside a laptop. Have you? What, are you supposed to put your whole flippin' laptop in a plastic Ziploc baggie? Exactly. Gonna look awful funny. It's a ploy from the Ziploc people.
Wait till they outlaw luggage.
That'll solve the whole problem. It's getting harder to travel. I hate it more every day.
We just stop.
I'm stopped. Done.
This is Tornado Tim, Storm Chaser from Greeley, Colorado, and you're listening to Chuck and Kreg on Technorama.
Cow.
Moo. That's an inside only for us.
Oh, look, it's Chuckless Bone. Or is it Boneless Chuck? I'm sorry.
Boneless Chuck.
Yeah, Cards Against Humanity before the show is a bad idea.
That's way too many inside
Way too many inside jokes.
On with the big black Chuck.
Whatever you say, Mother. We have our feedback for this week. We have a weekly question that goes out. Sing along if you know the words.
Letters.
Oh, we get letters.
Letters.
Mail.
Maybe.
Mail.
Tomorrow.
Keep your pants on.
I never get letters.
Arabic letters.
Access denied.
just got a stupid circular.
Well, Ben, you have a piece of mind to speak regarding our question a few weeks ago. What video game would you like to see rebooted or recreated, rebrought back?
Joust. First person.
First person Joust.
How could we forget?
Joust.
Joust, such a rich part of the Slice and Technorama history.
Hey, I could go for a first person's perspective on that. That'd be awesome.
It's just too close to Joust the movie, and we parodied that thing for like 2 years.
Think what we could do, because first they'll come out with the video game, and then they'll say, we could make a movie out of this.
The possibilities are endless.
I don't know. A first-person video game in Joust, okay, I can see that, but yeah, they may reopen that whole Pandora's box.
Only problem is the ostrich head would be in. You know, if you think about the perspective.
That could actually be kind of.
That could make it the game
could
more
be
challenging
interesting or sexual or something. I'm not sure what.
The ostrich's head right
you have
out
to
in
lean
front.
over to, yeah, you have to lean over to try and look around.
Multi-camera perspective. All right, we also had another question that said, what is the oldest book you own? And I think we went over this, but not everybody was in the audience or in the studio when we did this. We had our faithful, loyal listener, Mad Mar from Hawaii, write in. I don't remember what the oldest book I own is, but I know that I have a TI-48G calculator from college that I still use almost every day at the office.
Holy moly.
I still use its original 32K of RAM. Woohoo! And it's never been patched. I thought about loading something cool on it, like Mortal Kombat, but never got around to it.
He's gonna pack it, man.
Old tech, old books.
You know my old tech. I got my TSR-80, my old Trash 80.
TSR-80.
I got my old Trash 80 cassette backup drive, the cassette drive.
Ooh.
Yes, I
He's got
still
the backup,
own that.
Oh, so you got the backup, but not the computer?
I actually have Fences backed up still. I still have that tape that has that program on it, which was one that you had to get and you actually had to code in yourself from the Tandy magazine.
I was going to say, it has to be typing in from the magazine. Those were always fun, weren't they?
Yeah, they were great. You miss a comma somewhere and you're debugging for a week in order to play something worse than Tetris.
Right. Well, good news, Mike. Your backup worked.
Yes.
Bad news. Somebody stole your computer.
Jack, do you have some old tech?
You know, my mother's attic is a black hole in New Jersey, so yeah, I'm sure I have my TRS-80. We can go play Zork.
I've got the backup drive. I don't have my Trash 80 anymore. So if you have the Trash 80, I've got the drive.
Mike,
I've got the program still.
Somewhere in the middle of the day.
Well, this should be fun with a lot of inebriated people. Let's do the history thing.
Woohoo!
Oh, boy.
On this day in history for August 5th, 2015, this is the 217th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar. There are 148 days remaining in 2015. It was on this date in 1305 that William Wallace, who led the Scottish resistance against England, is captured by the English near Glasgow and transported to London, where he is put on trial and executed.
Drawn and quartered and moved to all parts of all sides of Europe.
Yep. Go, Kreg.
Sir Humphrey Gilbert established the English colony in North America and is what is now St. John's, Newfoundland, and Labrador on the date 1583.
All right.
Sorry, the Labrador part threw me off.
Keith is on deck.
Let's see. Also today, in 1620, the Mayflower departs from Southampton, England, on its first attempt to reach North America.
Freedom!
August 5th, 1861, the United States Army abolishes flogging. They need to bring that back.
Yeah. The Standard Oil of New Jersey is established 133 years ago today.
I can't see it.
Tiffany's not going to read one.
No, I can't see it. Oh, wait.
127 years ago.
Right there.
August 5th, 1861?
Nope, 127 years ago, right
geez.
there.
It was 127 years ago today that Bertha Benz drives from Mannheim to Pforzheim and back in the first long-distance automobile trip commemorated as the Bertha Benz Memorial Route since 2008.
Who was Mercedes? Was that her daughter?
That was
That's a good question.
no, Mercedes was his daughter. Yeah. I don't know. Keep going.
Sounds good.
Keep going.
Can you read
All
that
right.
from here?
No. So we'll go to Keith. I don't want to hold up the train. The
Oh, believe me, the band has got a lot of
Yeah,
a lot of music.
The band will play forever.
They're not going away anytime soon.
All right.
This is the slowest line of the bathroom.
Back to me? Okay.
What happened?
In Cleveland, Ohio, the first electric traffic light is installed on this date in 1914.
And also on this day in 1926, Harry Houdini performs the Grant's feat, spinning at 91 minutes underwater in a sealed tank before escaping.
August 5th, 1957, American Bandstand, a show dedicated to the teenage baby boomers by playing songs and showing popular dances of the time, debuts on ABC television network.
It was 46 years ago today that the Mariner program, Mariner 7, takes its closest flyby of Mars, 324 kilometers away, which is 3,500. Yeah, it's which
enough.
is the equivalent of about
Love that
1,500
booze.
miles.
Who's got a birthday, Ben?
Norwegian mathematician and theorist Niels Henrik Abel, born on this date in, I don't know, it's gone blank.
1802.
Yeah, what's up with
We're
that?
having monitor problems over there, yes.
It's the power cord that's coming out.
Man,
Power.
keep it plugged in.
There we go.
Did you try turning it off and on again?
Yeah, so it's 1802, anybody. There.
Try rebooting it and throwing poo at it.
Also born on this date in 1906, actor, director, and screenwriter John Huston.
Yay!
The first man on the moon, Neil Armstrong, was born today in 1930.
Happy birthday.
Warning!
He passed away, what, 2012?
Yeah, very recently.
Wow.
Yes.
He would have been 85.
Okay, Brian G. Marsden, English-American astronomer and academic, would have been 78 today.
And Ukrainian general pilot and astronaut Leonid Kizm.
Sure.
was
Kizm.
born- Yeah,
Kism.
Kizm. Kizm. Damn near killed him. Anyway,
Kills him. Yep. Man, it kills him.
he was born on August 5th, 1941.
Actress Lonnie Anderson turns 70 today.
Oh, wow, really?
Wow.
Hey, baby.
Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak is 65.
The Woz.
And Marsha from the Brady Bunch, actress Maureen McCormick is 59.
Wow, I feel old.
Hey, baby.
Yeah, and that's the way it was on this day in history for August 15, 2015.
I think it's August 5th. August 5th, not 15th.
Fifth.
Fifth.
Darn editors.
Dang it.
Actually, Wozniak... Oops. Wozniak was not on Wikipedia. I pulled that off Facebook,
Yeah,
Oh.
which I hope we can trust.
you never know.
Well, you know how much you can trust Wikipedia, too.
I didn't see Woz's birthday this week.
No.
Because I did birthdays this week, too.
Maybe we're a week ahead.
Where are your sources?
Maybe
Maybe you were on the 15th.
maybe it is the 15th.
He was born on August 11th.
So it has been for next week.
Oh, great news, everyone.
Oh, no, this is bad news. We need a bad news. Where's the bad news?
Bad news?
Yeah, bad news, everyone.
Oh, yes, this is bad
The
news.
bad
This was
news.
sad.
A few weeks ago, we covered the story about Hitchbot. Not Alfred the movie maker, Hitchbot. The little hitchhiking robot that has been across Canada and Europe, and now he's trying to make his way across
all over the
US.
world,
Yes.
trying to make it through the U.S.
Well, on July 17th, he started going across the U.S. And I even tweeted and said, hey, when you get to Arizona, I'll pick you up and give you a ride to the Grand Canyon, because that's one of the places he wanted to go. Well, unfortunately, he only made it as far as about Philadelphia, as far as we can tell, and then got destroyed by who knows what, most likely irritable vandals or drunken drivers or something. But since his GPS doesn't work, we don't know what happened to Hitchbot. He's no more.
Oh, maybe he's off.
Oh, stop!
No.
Chicken dance?
He's toast.
Looking for a reason to play that.
I was looking for a reason.
Yeah,
This
that's
is
not the
just
place.
A terrible statement on the United States and the state of where we are, that this poor little guy has been all over the world and just can't make it even a third of the way across the United States.
Yeah.
Somebody find Hitchbot.
It didn't Crazy
Hey,
Joe.
Well, they did find
Crazy
him.
Joe.
They found the remains of him.
Oh, no.
And it's pretty bad because he's been decimated and they
Drawn and quartered, basically.
Basically, they just destroyed him, and his GPS tracking is gone, and anything that was of value was basically pulled out.
I
of
think
him.
we ought to do like a Kickstarter or at least for a cardboard box and put his remains in there and get those across the
ship it
country.
back, yeah.
Put Crazy,
Something.
Hey, get Crazy Joe on the job.
Yeah.
He lives there.
We should get a horse and carriage, and riding the carriage all the way across.
But yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, this is really a sad state of affairs on the United States that something that has made it through most of the world can't make it like a month in this country without being completely decimated and destroyed.
That's it. I'm moving to Canada.
Yeah, we're done.
Yeah.
It's Eagles.
Hey, Michael.
Eagles
I'm with
fans.
you. Robot lives matter.
First it's the robots dying, then it's Trump getting elected.
Roboticize.
Oh,
Roboticide.
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 We were talking to one of Jack's friends the other night, and he was
I don't
talking
like
about
the sound of that.
I'm not sure about the sound panel, but okay.
We were talking to one of Jack's friends last Wednesday night, and he mentioned that he was playing an RPG. I think it was, what was it, Eve?
Yeah.
And he said not only did one of his characters get killed, but his corpse got killed too. And I said, what is that? Is that necrocide? Well, how do you kill a corpse?
Zombies.
Very carefully.
So long, Hitchbot. I hope you have a second incarnation and get a little further, but don't travel through Philadelphia, apparently.
Evidently.
Go with an escort.
Isn't that the city of brotherly love?
Yes.
Philadelphia?
Yeah, but they don't love their robot brothers. Apparently, it has to do with that argument about arming robotic AI. We'll get to that in a bit. But Kreg, you found a hacking story. You like the hack stuff.
Yeah. I just thought this was kind of fun because of the cars recently that have been proven to be hacked on the road.
Yeah.
Then now we have, and hold on, my page isn't redirecting. There we go. And now we have a defibrillator that can be hacked remotely. That's what you need there.
Ooh.
Wow.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
Are these
That's
the
an IV
implant?
pump. That's an IV pump.
This is an IV pump.
IV pump. So here you go. The Food and Drug Administration strongly encourages hospitals to stop using the Hospira's Symbic infusion system because it's vulnerable to cyber attack that would allow a third party to remotely control dosages delivered via the computerized pump. Unauthorized users would be able to access the Symbic systems through connected hospital networks, according to the FDA and Department of Homeland Security. Industrial Control System, Cyber. Good lord!
Wow,
like SHIELD. It's like an acronym for SHIELD.
But their stock is tanked.
So yeah, it was funny that these were networked. I didn't really think about these before.
1 minute you're sitting there drinking down Darjeeling, and the next,
busy moms like me.
Whoops.
You have a commercial. You have a commercial.
Right, next year at Walmart.
We pause for commercial interruption. Sorry.
Yes, we can abort this ad in 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. And the next, you've got this on your IV pump.
This is actually scary stuff.
The whole gambit.
This is actually scary stuff because they not only can not. It's not just like when you're hit in there and you're hitting the button and you can only give yourself a certain amount of dose. They can actually go in and reprogram the dose,
right?
So that you could actually get an overdose.
I mean,
this is the first time.
This is a great way to kill somebody.
Exactly. This is the first time that it actually endangers somebody's life. The Ford hack, yeah, that's inconvenient. You go in and shut somebody's vehicle off. Okay, so you're on the side of the road, unless you're, in some unbelievably weird situation where that becomes life-threatening, which is highly unlikely. Well, but this is directly accessible and making it deadly.
How did this happen, though? Because if you're a manufacturer, electronics manufacturer, I used to work for one, you have to go through so many FDA requirements and regulations just to get your hardware and software approved by the FDA so you can get it on the market. How did they not see this coming?
Well, it's a lot to do with the fact that everything is attached to Wi-Fi and everything seems to need to be attached to Wi-Fi. It's one of these technological creep things where you're basically technology is creeping into every mundane part of your life.
Well,
But you still have to demonstrate the security
I think-
around that device.
I also believe that, I think part of this is they don't want to reinvent the network, so they use existing technologies.
Mhm.
All right. And they don't secure them properly.
Right.
Oh, so they got the password 12345.
Your password is password.
I drink because your password is password. Yeah, I got
password.
Your password is screwed.
That's the password of my luggage.
My refrigerator has a password. You know, it's crazy. It's why do we need this technology encroaching on every part of our lives? It's the fundamental question that has been gone with all technology creep that has happened throughout the centuries. You know, there's a lot of things that end up with technology just for the sake of having technology. It doesn't benefit anything. It doesn't gain anything. It doesn't improve anything. It's just technology for the sake of technology, just to make it look ooh and shiny and make it more marketable to people that don't realize that this really doesn't need technology.
Yeah.
Hey, I did, by the way, when I saw this story, I thought this would be a cool little plot device in a story where somebody accident to kill somebody that's under police protection in the hospital, to keep them from talking.
It's the next Mission Impossible movie.
We already got it. It's called Maximum Overdrive. Did you not watch that movie?
And this is a classic case of truth being a little bit stranger than fiction. I mean, we can talk about what a great story or what a great movie this would make, but this is real life. This could seriously happen.
Definitely.
I mean, all you got to do is get some nasty criminal element, hire a couple of really skilled hackers, especially if you're trying to off somebody that's in a hospital.
Exactly.
Yep. The unfortunate thing
I
is
think
they
that should
probably
rotate
killed
their
several
shield
people.
modulation.
Boy, did we become dark and bleak all of a sudden.
I know, this is a dark show.
Your SSL certificate means that your grandma would be in dire danger of this problem. You should renew with VeriSign.
Taking it one step further, if I can, someone who works in a hospital, such as myself, would find this annoying if this technology really takes off, or if the hacking really becomes a severe threat. The next step would be what? To arm the hospital staff with passwords or key codes or whatever to program these machines. Every single time you have to program an IV pump. Can't even
device.
Or some sort of at least IF.
Well,
yeah,
it's already.
Did they have to be networked?
Yeah, we're already way overworked in the hospital. I can't
Right,
imagine taking.
I work in the business too, so.
But it comes back to the
next step.
fact. It comes back to the fact. Why does this need to be on
Right.
Wi-Fi in the first place? Why does this even need to be networked?
I think because if it happens, it's got to report back, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily.
Otherwise, you got to go to each room every so often and make sure everything's cool.
Well, that's
Okay.
the.
Yeah, but that could be
dashboard.
that could be attached to a monitoring device that doesn't necessarily have to be in the product itself.
I was going to say, yeah, on Wi-Fi. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can download updates real time.
exactly.
Yeah. All right. Let's go on with the next story. We've got a birthday calendar list. First, August 6th is Julie Tomasi. Happy birthday to our daughter.
Who's that?
Former Technorama host. She's
Yeah,
actually
we don't know who that
She's
is.
on the page. One of these Sundays, she's going to call in with Skype.
Julie's going to kick my butt next time I come over.
We already humiliated you with the Christmas.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
August 8th, Philippa Ballantyne.
Hey, Philippa.
August 9th, Matt Coe, WoW addict. Born in 1991. I'm getting old because I went to karate with that guy.
Philippa needs an
You
award
can't
for
get
putting
enough.
up with tea.
Hey, he's a WoW addict. He can't deal with meh.
Also on August 9th, Julia Pose, daughter of listener Tom Pose. I tried finding the sweeper thing that she made for us, but could not find it in time.
Now she's like 33.
Yeah.
I think she was 18 when she made it before.
I think she was about 9 when she made that thing, and now she's probably got kids of her own.
Hey, there's Steve Wozniak again, so it must be true, huh?
Oh,
he's
the
on
11th.
On the 11th. See,
On
we
the
were
11th.
right.
Wow, we
August
have
11th.
multiple sources, kind of like Dean Haglund last week. You're not sure what age he is, but we're not sure what day Woz's birthday is. August 10th is Sam
Ageless.
Martin. Steve Wozniak's in August somewhere, sometime.
11th. It's 11th.
Well, according
The
to my
11th,
birthday
according to
calendar,
this, yeah.
But according
I
to
looked it up.
Facebook, it was... Did I screw that up? Was the 11th on Facebook? Anyway,
I got him friended on Facebook. Let me go
so
look it up.
do I. You go look for that while I'm talking about also on the 11th, David Brewer, Tyrion the Imp. Someone's been watching Game of Thrones. Happy birthday to all of you. If it's your birthday and you're not on the birthday calendar, we wish you all the best and have a great week. If you're not on the birthday calendar, you can get there real easy. Go to chuckchat.com/wiki, add your name, and we will give you a shout out at the appropriate time of year. In the meantime, we are going to take a break while Kreg is doing his research, and we will be back with more hacks and strange stories, several Remember Whens, and a whole bunch of inebriated hosts. Stick around. It's going to be more fun.
Mr. Turtle, how many keystrokes does it take to get to the ring zero center of an operating system pipe?
I never found out without baiting. Ask Mr. Owl.
Mr. Owl, how many keystrokes does it take to get to the ring zero center of an operating system pipe?
Let's find out. 1, 2, 3. 3.
How many licks does it take to get to the ring zero center of an operating system pipe? The world may never know.
Mr. Turtle.
This is Richard Hatch from Battlestar Galactica, Tom Zarek, and the original Captain Apollo, and you're listening to Technorama with Chuck and Kreg.
Apparently, he's also Mr. Turtle.
Mr. Turtle.
Mr. Turtle.
Add that to his IMDb entry.
Mr. Turtle.
Mr. Turtle.
We want to give a shout out to the chat room, except the chat room isn't working yet because we don't have our live stream up and running.
No, it sounds like you got a chat room right there.
It's a chatty room.
We have a chatting room, that's for sure.
Live chat room. We want to hear the listeners' opinions, though, and see them interacting with us on Sunday night at 9:30. However, we still need your help in getting that software upgrade, so go to our Technorama webpage.
Please donate.
Chuckchat.com. Click on Technorama, and there's a couple PayPal buttons. You can either become a regular donating listener. We are still in the process of getting a Patreon thing up and running, but you can also make a one-time donation, as several people have done, including a few people in this room. Thank you very much to all of you. We're on our way, but we have a long way to go. Maybe if we claimed a little child was dying or something, we'll get more money.
Ooh,
the space geckos. Save the space geckos.
What is it with this show? Hey, it is dark tonight.
Maybe it's because we had porters and stouts. I don't know.
This could be something like that.
If you don't tip, a puppy will die.
All right, in the Remember When segment, we have what it's like to have the world's oldest phone in San Francisco. Or maybe not the
Is it the
world's
brick?
No, this doesn't
Wait
look
a minute.
like the oldest.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
Wait a minute. Back up.
What?
You've gone too far in the show notes.
Yeah.
Remember when? Hacks and Strange
Stories. Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
I'm sitting there watching this animated GIF, and he's talking about old phones, and I'm like, what is he looking at?
Can we come back to that later? The music's already started.
Sure.
Don't
Why
let me
not?
forget. We're going to do things out of order like we normally do. Remember when? Your phone used to be this... Oh, he's got to straighten this out so that he gets it right when he publishes it to the website.
There. Hey, show notes are important, man.
Okay.
Okay, not while we're doing
Craig's
it.
got to be able to do something.
Yeah.
Snap.
Ouch. That'll leave a mark.
Anybody want to
Let him
try
do the chicken dance?
Anybody want to try a cold read on this one?
Oh, God, not me.
I live in the world's most famous tech city, surrounded by the most advanced personal electronic devices. None of them, however, grab quite as much attention as my own phone does. My phone was already old-fashioned when I bought it 8 years ago, and by now, even a drug dealer would be embarrassed to own it.
Wow!
This has many consequences, most of them superficial, some of them downright worrying.
Doesn't even qualify as a burner anymore.
No. I bought my very first cell phone in 2007. It's officially a Nokia 1208.
Oh, God.
But colloquially, it's what people refer to as a candy bar phone.
Yes.
It doesn't flip. It doesn't slide. Its screen is 1 1/4 inches wide, and only colors it shows are black, white, and variations of blue. It doesn't even send texts, though it can receive them.
That sounds like my Pebble watch.
Yeah.
It's about the same screen size.
Yeah. In the past, I've thought about asking tech-savvy people if they can fix the texts, but at this point, I try not to show it to people, especially when I'm in a group.
So the crazy thing about this, I sold that phone the last time I worked at Radio Shack.
I think I've seen someone actually buy
some batteries with that too.
Pretty much, I sold some batteries with it.
So you know her, Michael?
Yes, I do.
Sold it to her?
So it's a beeper.
Yeah, it's a beeper. Yeah.
It's a beeper that calls out.
Yeah. It's just a fancy pager. Yeah. So
nice.
Yeah.
Let's see. There's some questions on here. How much did you pay for this? I think it was about $17 in 2007.
Yeah, that's right.
Yikes.
Does it do anything? It has an alarm clock and a timer, and when you press the little button in the center, it becomes a flashlight.
And if you put it on the floor, it become a doorstop.
Oh, it wasn't that horrible. I mean, it doesn't do web, obviously. Sending text, you can send text with that. I'm not sure what she said. It can't send.
Oh, but you have to do this first.
Well, you can send text on that phone, but it doesn't actually have alphanumeric keys on it, so you have to do the three punch
just to go through the series of letters.
So you have to go through the JKL,
the T9 texting.
Yeah, you can send text on it, but it's a pain in the butt.
You know, I actually got really good at being able to type out messages like that.
JJJ,
with lots of practice.
LLL.
I mean, I got very skilled at it to the point where when I finally got the iPhone, it's like I kept hitting like L 3 times. Wait a minute, where's the bloody M?
Wait a minute. There's actually an M instead of having to go click, click, click.
Texts are really hard though when you have a rotary. I mean, that's really
Rotary.
0, 0.
Got to dial like 2-3 times just to get that C.
Yeah, that's right.
It's impressive that this thing is still working. B, that it's still in service or covered by a service provider.
Yeah, right.
You know, that a carrier would be able to keep renewing. I mean, what do you do?
Well, it's because it was just the beginning of the digital, because everything before that was all analog. And everything died before when it was on analog. This is still a digital phone. It's just the first generation digital phone.
Yeah.
So it's just barely inside of being usable.
But talk about getting your money's worth.
There's one thing that I find offensive in the article. It says it's way more convenient than an iPhone. I'm sorry, that's a stab in the heart.
Yeah, well, that's
because it's convenient because it doesn't do anything.
Well, you know, there's
a lot.
Well, it sets the bar pretty low, I guess.
There's a lot to be said about single-purpose devices. Devices that are just designed to do one thing. I think we ask too much of a lot of our technology, and we tend to get bogged down in it.
I want this thing to do my laundry, okay? How hard is that?
There you go.
I need it to make the coffee in the morning.
Did you notice the title of the show that you're on?
Yes.
Wait, what?
Technorama.
Yeah, the Technorama thing. Yeah, well, sorry.
Rama.
It's all right.
If there's a plus side of it,
I'll be the resident Luddite. I'm okay with that.
Hey, if there's
says the man who works on servers.
Exactly. Well, you know, I have a tech job. I can appreciate the non-tech stuff. So,
hey,
I come from the analog world. Sorry, I'm an old fart. I've been around forever. I worked on analog stuff, so I understand the difference between the two.
I can appreciate analog. Hey, by the way,
loved it. That was great.
Oh man, there is a 2-second gap. The audio just flatlines. That was beautiful.
Don't edit it out.
I was really just trying to process that.
I should have been ready on the crickets button there.
In that case, let's go on to the next story about a new documentary shows how Gene Roddenberry almost killed Star Trek Next Generation.
Oh, this is an old story. It's been around forever.
Okay,
let's move along. Thanks, Mike.
Done and done.
Sorry.
Wait, what happened?
No, I'm kidding. I mean, I've heard this rumor several times that he was basically he wasn't sure whether or not he wanted to do it or not. Go ahead. Read.
All right.
Access denied.
Why don't you take it, Mike?
Former Star Trek William Shatner has made a slew of Trek documentaries in recent years, so when I saw he had a new one about the first few years of Star Trek The Next Generation, I wasn't sure if it was worth watching, but it totally was. Shatner's new film, Chaos on the Bridge, is a retelling of the origins and shaky early years of Next Generation. Mm-hmm. And that's a topic that's been covered a lot before in books as well as copious DVD Blu-ray featurettes.
And Michael Mennenga.
Yeah, we did a show on it, actually.
Yeah, I remember.
But Shatner has managed to get access to a ton of executives who were involved in the shaky early years of the Trek relaunch, including people like Jeffrey Katzenberg and then Paramount Networking Television president John Pike. And they've been surprisingly candid with Captain Kirk. Can't talk. Basically, the main arc of Chaos on the Bridge is all about Gene Roddenberry's involvement with Next Generation and how Roddenberry's input was mostly a net negative for the show. Roddenberry, of course, died in 1991 and isn't here to defend himself. But pretty much everybody involved with the creating of Next Generation seems to agree that there were certain problems with Roddenberry which nearly killed the whole thing on a few occasions. The picture that emerges is of a man who was angry and bitter after years in the wilderness following the cancellation of the original Star Trek in 1969. Roddenberry, according to all of Shatner's sources, had also developed a huge ego after years of going to conventions and college campuses and speaking to huge, adoring throngs. And the, quote, great bird of the galaxy, unquote, had started to believe his own hype regarding his status
That is true.
as
yes.
a great visionary who pointed the way toward a utopian future for the human race.
See, now here's where it gets interesting.
Yes, exactly.
Here's where it gets interesting.
Take it away.
Well, meanwhile, Roddenberry was increasingly dependent on his attorney, Leonard Maizlish. If you want to see David Gerrold blow a gasket, you mentioned those two names.
Yes.
Leonard Maizlish. He will absolutely you'll see steam come out of his ears.
Absolutely.
Who alienated both the studio execs and the creative people on the show. Maizlish was known for being an abrasive, difficult person, but also for attempting to control the creative direction of the show. Writers would get scripts back with feedback that was ostensibly from Roddenberry, but was actually in Maizlish's handwriting.
Right.
And even after the writers lodged a complaint and got Maizlish that's a mean word to say, Maizlish banned from the Paramount lot, he still sneaked back in and tried to look through their computers when they were at lunch. And in one memorable bit of the documentary, Pike tells Shatner that during negotiations with Paramount, Maizlish started almost clutching his chest, and Pike yelled, "I hope you die." In another bit, writer David Gerrold recalls fantasizing about pushing Maizlish out the window. Because Maizlish was totally controlling Roddenberry, because Roddenberry was already in declining health.
Right.
He'd had a series of mini strokes, so his mental faculties were already diminishing. Maizlish came right in, and it was the most Svengali attempt ever to completely mismanage Next Generation.
Absolutely.
And that's why people like David Gerrold left the show. That's why DC Fontana wouldn't have anything more to do with the show. I mean, they just deserted it like rats leaving a sinking ship. And I hate to say it, but Rick Berman was the one who actually saved the day. And I have no love for the man.
Absolutely. And the thing is that I think the story head is really disingenuous. It wasn't Roddenberry that was the problem.
No.
Roddenberry actually did not have a problem with Next Generation. It was Maizlish.
It was Maizlish that was all behind it.
He was the acid in the entire production of this entire thing. So to pin that on Roddenberry,
that's a bad rap.
Yeah, I have real issue with that because it's not Roddenberry.
It fell on him because it was his name, but he was being totally controlled by Maizlish the entire time.
Absolutely. Okay, you and that soundboard.
Now that we've said our piece.
Nice job picking the article this week, Kreg.
Yeah, you're welcome. Hey, I'm just trying to lighten the mood around here.
Yeah, that made it much lighter.
All right.
I feel better already.
Which means we're moving on to the Hacks and Strange Stories.
Finally.
Back here.
Finally.
The world's biggest freeform 3D printer is being used to build houses.
Houses?
Mm-hmm.
Now, remember, Chuck, a long time ago, maybe a few years ago, we talked about, right when 3D printers started coming around, we had a story about could they use 3D printing technology to do construction materials. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
Well, that was actually
whatever, Kreg.
No. They've been postulating that for a long time. Actually, being able to use robot 3D printers to build structures on the moon, on Mars, to actually build habitats before astronauts got there. Yeah, that's.
So when I saw this, I thought of that old article. I remember them. Then we ended up, I think, with a story about somebody using a 3D printing technology, but I think it was in Japan or China or something. Anyway,
Japan,
it was
Japan 3D prints houses.
This could be very handy when it comes to Mars colonizations, too.
Absolutely. And that's what they're looking for. It is for space travel and for space exploration. You can actually get to a planet and pre-build HABs using nothing but robots and have something ready for astronauts to go
the moment they get there, yeah.
Yep.
It's the Kuka.
The Kuka.
Yeah, they can print stuff as they need it rather than trying to figure out what they're going to need and send that.
Well, wasn't there something 3D printed on the space shuttle, the replacement part that was
yes,
very
necessary? Yes, they sent up a 3D printer a while back.
It was on this ISS or something.
Yeah, it was on ISS.
Yeah, ISS, sorry.
Oh, it's going to fly over here in
about a half hour.
Yep, half hour.
Yep.
It's already been at my house.
Did you get nice pictures?
Well, I have before, yes.
The little dot moving across the sky.
That's right.
Yeah, it looks like a star fell or something.
A really big star that's moving really slowly
or fast, depending on your perspective. Okay,
anyway, let's talk about the 3D printer.
Other strange stories. Here's one that I wish I had when I was a parent of a teenager.
I love it!
The ejector bed that launches you awake is a really funny nightmare.
I'm actually glad that we didn't have this because my mom would have been using it just even as a means of punishment.
It's on Wi-Fi. It can be hacked.
True. It's true.
1 minute to auto-destruct.
Waking up is hard, said Neil Sedaka. Anybody who can...
Wait a minute. No, that was waking up.
Breaking up is hard to do.
Waking up is hard to do.
Wow, I've got a new appreciation for that song.
I'm glad you all caught that. Anybody who can just get straight up in the morning cannot be trusted. Well, that would be me.
And me.
Okay, well, I'm not the only one that hates alarm clocks so much you just get out of bed.
I'm up before the alarm clock because I
snooze
never
alarm-
hear one.
I don't use an alarm clock.
The cat licks my nose before the alarm clock.
We have some really good sound bites.
I got 7
in
of
this
those.
show.
I have a furry alarm clock that licks my nose.
I got 7 of those, Keith.
That's our Cards Against Humanity.
For the rest of us, we make do with phones and alarm clocks and snoozing and coffee and showers and jobs that pay us not to be late. Perhaps we're going too easy on ourselves. Maybe we need a high-voltage ejector bed that shoots our sleeping ass into the air and kicks us off the bed. This is great. I love the
That was camp.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Surprise! So, is this a real product or a crowdfunding thing?
This guy right here, we've talked about his YouTube videos before. He's the one that did the Wolverine, the animanium claws that popped out and did the Magneto things. He also did the jet rocket go-kart.
Yes.
Oh, he did the rocket go-kart that looked oh so safe.
Is this like a guy who's just trying to come up with some sort of household technology and hoping to score a mill?
I don't know about that, but he just maybe for a mill through YouTube.
Yeah, I was going to say he's just looking for a million hits. He really doesn't care about the product.
Oh, he does some really cool stuff.
Yeah, there's the go-kart.
I like that go-kart.
The go-kart is freaking insane.
Man, it's like a rail car.
Yeah, pretty much.
No helmet, and it's glowing red hot.
That jet-powered go-kart, you can see the pipes turning cherry red.
Yeah, when they light it up at night, it just looks like a
it looks like
trap.
something I see at the drag race.
Yeah.
Scary.
Anyway, hey, by the way, that bed not only does it have hydraulic jacks to throw you out of bed, but I think it has horns and everything else to get you away.
Klaxons. It looks like a big red button that maybe aborts, but I don't know.
So if you just fall on the floor and you're still asleep, the horns will get you.
It's like the first section of
frustrated parents' wet dream for their kids.
Absolutely.
Just get them out of bed and get them to school.
Like the first segment of like some kind of Rube Goldberg thing.
Yeah, kind of like, what was it, Pee Wee Herman's house?
Right.
The eggs crack and the toast goes in the thing.
If it actually tripped something and actually built breakfast, started in the shower and then made breakfast while you went to the shower.
Yeah, hey, start the breakfast first. It comes around, kicks you out of bed into the shower.
There you go.
No, it just slides you right into your pants.
Yeah, there you go.
It pours your Mr. T cereal for you.
Not too fast, though.
C-3POs.
C-3POs.
Oh,
even better.
Wow. You threw us right into the next segment. The Geek Library. We were talking about this a while ago, were we not? About why we should not have autonomous killer robots.
Hey, I'll tell you why. Just ask that robot in Philly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
He wasn't a killer robot.
No, he would get vengeance.
He would need. I said he needs an escort, and I'd say this thing right here.
He's the spark in the robot.
He's the one who triggers.
I'm sorry, the word went out of my head.
This is what's going to start Skynet and bring in our robot overlords.
They killed Hitchbot.
He becomes Taken Hitchbot. Is that it? I will find you. I will kill you. I have a specific skill set.
Or Hitchbot in his rubber boots.
Bite my shiny metal ass.
This week, an open letter was presented at an AI conference in Buenos Aires, Argentina, calling for a ban on autonomous weapons. The letter has been signed by nearly 14,000 prominent thinkers and
including Stephen Hawking.
Warning!
Yeah,
Yes.
he's so anti-AI.
And Wozniak was on there
right.
too.
I mean, he's absolutely right. I mean, if you the great thing about sci-fi is sci-fi actually does explore a lot of really fundamental and very basic ideas, and if you look at Automata, or however you want to pronounce it, if you look at Skynet and the Terminator series and so forth, there is a very dark possibility for letting AI run amok with no boundaries and no restrictions.
Yeah, and if AI does have the potential, like science fiction does present itself, I mean, the moment it achieves sentience, it's like instantaneous.
Well, and that's the thing, that's what I really love about Autonoma. If you have not watched that movie, it is amazing because they do explore if there is no boundary, if there is no set restrictions, it will evolve us and supersede us in just a matter of months. Because
I have faith in the three. I don't think it would even take that long.
Even if that's.
But yes, it would.
It would be so fast.
The evolution would be remarkably fast, and humanity,
to the point of why do they need us?
Humanity wouldn't stand a chance.
Exactly.
Hey,
exactly. There you go.
They were biological as well.
I have faith in the three laws, guys.
Well, but see, the three laws can be circumvented, and that was the whole point.
Whatever.
Yeah.
You anti-Asimov
That's
hater.
right. We're smarter than the machines.
First, they hack our IV pumps.
Exactly. And our cars.
Well, it all started with the dismemberment of that poor Hitchbot.
That's right.
That's what triggered
That's
it all.
what did it.
That's what started the war.
Then they hack our ejector beds.
If he had been holding a gun, Hitchbot, if he had been holding a gun, things might have gone differently.
Because that calms everything right down.
I picked that robot up for.
Hey, by the way, I have to say, in that IO9 article, I love that version of the Cylon right there.
That is a cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool
It's
looking.
like a retro crossed with Terminator.
It was from Caprica, I think. wasn't
Yeah,
it?
that's a Caprica bot.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because neat. All right, we have one more thing in the Geek Library. I went to Comic-Con as a, quote, drunk Uncle Ben. The goal, pass out and die in front of as many SpiderMan as possible.
Oh, jeez.
Look at those.
Wow.
Because all the Spider-Men were there. Let's see how they react.
That is awesomeness.
Hey, I love the first one in the middle row.
That's kind of a play on the last year's Batman, the parents of Batman.
Yes.
So every Batman, the parents would die
They just,
in front of Batman.
the Waynes would just drop right in front of him.
That's pretty good. I like that.
Hey,
He's holding
but
a
I love
beer bottle.
I love the zombie Peter Parker where he's eating an arm. I'm not angry.
This show is too dark. I'm not coming on anymore. You guys.
Too dark.
If you can't see the pictures, you want to either go to the video or you go to our webpage and click through the show notes. The link is in the Geek Library at the bottom. All right.
Hey, by the way,
Yes.
wait a minute. I got an announcement to make before we get to the very end of the show.
Uh-oh.
No, it's a good one.
Uh-oh.
Access denied.
Good Lord. No, I was going to remind everybody that the Dog Days of Podcasting starts Wednesday, right?
August 4th.
August 4th.
August 5th
yeah.
is
August 4th. I'm sorry, Tuesday.
Tuesday.
So it's Tuesday. So be sure to go to dogdaysofpodcasting.com and subscribe. We have a feed there that has all the participating podcasters. I'm kind of repurposing rebroadcasting their shows in my feed, but they have their own individual feeds and everything. But
it's not too late to join, even if you hear this later.
You could, and right now we got 22 podcasters.
Woohoo.
So if each one is making a show a day, the challenge is not making the podcast; it's going to be listening to the podcast.
Right.
So good luck with that. But anyway, come along and join it. We had a lot of fun last year, and
this is what year number 4 or 5?
A show a day.
4,
I think. Yeah, 4.
We started in 12. That's right.
Yep. Yeah, they don't have to be long. They don't have to be pretty.
I don't know. It's going to be kind of tough because we've just got a lot of things come up on our calendar.
Hey, you can pick up your phone and do it in like 30 seconds if you want.
Yeah, some of them are 3, 4, 5 minutes. Some of them are more. But there's no rules really.
We need to talk about it.
Yes.
Is there an application process? No.
Yes, dear.
All right. Yes, thank you, Kreg. Add that to the show notes. And our question of the week this week is, of all the superheroes, who is your favorite and why?
Ooh.
Can't just say like SpiderMan. You have to say why.
I got to think about that.
Yeah, that one's got a lot of possibilities.
There are 2 that immediately leap to the top of my mind, and I got to decide between those 2. Not sure yet.
Zan or Jane?
Man.
Yeah.
The Super Twins.
Yeah.
Gleek. The Wonder Twins. Gleek. Wonder Twin powers activate. Actually, that's easy. Herculoids.
Beppo the Super Monkey.
I love the Herculoids.
Who's that soap bubble
Herculoids.
Actually, I think mine is Doctor Strange. I'm fascinated with the whole cosmic approach that he sort of takes to it. And being that I have a great fascination for astrophysics and quantum mechanics and all that sort of thing, a lot of what Doctor Strange kind of does sort of delves into that area. So there's something really fantastic about him, and just the idea of the other areas of the cosmos and cosmic beings and such. I just think it's really interesting.
I don't have this sound on my soundboard, so
he's gonna try and play it through the mic.
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman.
Kate's a Wonder Woman fan. Jack, Tiffany, any superheroes that come to mind? Or you need to study that thought a bit?
Yeah, I need to study that thought quite a bit.
Okay.
My brain is oversaturated with superheroes as of late.
It's between Elektra and Arthur from the Tick.
You know, Elektra in the comic books was really awesome.
She's
Not that
cool.
thing that Jennifer Garner did.
No, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Electra Woman and Dinah Girl.
Yeah, I'm with you on the comic book Elektra because she was pretty freaking awesome.
Right.
And I like the dynamic between her and Stick.
Yes, yeah, very good character.
Black Widow.
Do the Smurfs count?
the Smurfs.
The Smurfs.
The Smurfs are super
Smurfette.
Smurfs really aren't super villains, but superheroes or super villains.
We want to hear your thoughts, wonderful listener, super listener. Put on a cape and run around and then give us a call, 206-222-2428.
Or call us while you're running around.
Or make a podcast every day while you're running around in your cape. Doesn't matter how old or how young at heart you feel. Email us, technorama@chuckchat.com. We're also going to be posting this on Facebook and Twitter, so keep an eye out there, Technorama Podcast. You know the place. You know how to get a hold of us. We want to hear from you. Thank you very much for Ben and Keith for joining us.
Thank you.
Yep.
tggeeks.com, correct?
Yes.
Oh, I'm getting it.
Yeah.
Mike Mennenga, thank you very much.
No problem. I have nothing else to do.
Always fun stopping by. Jack and Tiffany, always a pleasure.
And Donna.
Yes.
Thank you. The happy couple. They look so good on video. If you're not watching the video, you're wrong.
And Kreg, thank you very much.
Mr. Afterthought.
Captain Afterthought.
Right.
Give me a binary high five and we'll go home.
101 and away.
The end.
Nice.